Good morning. I wanted to make a quick video because I've been working a lot lately now that the holidays are coming and I don't have as much time to go out and shoot things, so I wanted to do a classic YouTube video, 7 facts about me. Number 1. I was born at home with a midwife in Springville, Utah back in 1986, and that's a little unusual to some people, but my dad is an herbalist, so he's really into natural healing and alternatives, so I was born at home. Now the thing that was kind of unusual about it was that I almost died. I came out with the umbilical cord wrapped around my neck and it basically almost was choked to death on birth. My father actually had to say a prayer and pushed me back inside to where it basically had to push me back and turn me around. I was there but not aware of it, obviously, so I can't really describe it better than that. But I'm alive and here today thanks to the wisdom and the prayers that were answered for my father, so and the midwife who was there. So thanks. 2. As of this filming, I've never actually traveled outside of North America. When I was in elementary school, I went to Canada because I was living in Maine for a children's choir event. But other than that, even though I live fairly close to Mexico, I've never been down there. I've been to the border, as you could see from this video with John, where we got into a little bit of trouble. I've lived in Maine, Virginia, Utah, Massachusetts, and of course California. But I really need to get out of the country, so if you want to sponsor a trip, leave a comment, let me know. But if I were to choose a place to go first, I've always wanted to visit Berlin, maybe London, obviously Japan. I've always had a strange desire to visit Pyongyang in North Korea. If you look at the streets, everybody, it's like some weird time warp where everyone's living in the 50s. Just watch this Vice documentary, it's in the link below, about visiting North Korea, the North Korean travel guide. 3. I didn't like onions growing up. Much to the bane of my mother, who adored them and wanted to put them in everything. I was a little snobby brat and I wouldn't eat them, I would pick around them. She was kind enough to indulge me in at least cutting them a little larger so it was easier to go around, but whatever. I actually now, as a mature adult, use onions quite frequently in cooking, but I honestly still do not like them raw. They just aren't for me. 4. There are actually public pieces of art that are permanently installed in both my elementary and middle school that I had a hand in creating. When I was in elementary school, they built a new addition on the school, and what they had all the kids do is make these little 6-inch tiles, clay tiles, and they fired them in the kiln, and then they mounted them on the wall, and so every kid had a tile who was part of the class at the time that the construction was happening, so we have a permanent mark on the school. In my middle school, there is a mural that was done that I helped with, where we did famous people who were influential, and I helped to paint a portrait of FDR, the famous portrait where he's in the car with the cigar, the cigarette holder and everything, very classy. I actually don't know for sure if it's still there, but I was told it's supposed to be, it was there at least 5 or 6 years afterwards, so maybe they've gotten kids to paint something new. 5. When doing some work on the Universal lot last year, I shared an elevator with Jason Bateman, and it was truly one of the few times in my life I was starstruck. Even if I had something witty to say, which I didn't, he was on the phone with his wife. 6. One of my hobbies is picking up garbage. When I first moved to California, I was shocked at how dirty the place was. I don't know what the ethos is, or if it's just that the city doesn't have the money to do the maintenance, but there was garbage everywhere. If I want to get outside, I bring a trash bag with me and I pick up garbage. I walk around the block and I love it because it sends a signal to my neighbors that this neighborhood is cared about and that I have respect for the place that I live. Every time I go out, I am easily able to collect a large garbage bag worth of trash just within a block or two of my house. It means a lot to me because I truly value this planet, and I think while I'm not changing the world by doing this, I am setting a positive example. Almost every time I'm out there, someone actually does say thank you. So it is recognized and appreciated. And it will be recognized and appreciated in your neighborhood too. 7. I was a drama kid! Okay, so maybe this one isn't that random. You probably could tell I'm a little bit of a flair for the theatrical. Starting in as young as elementary school, I was in church plays, I was in elementary school productions of the Nutcracker. I got into musicals and one-acts in middle school, and I was doing, one-acts and full musicals and all sorts of shows in high school, and honestly, I had body image issues that creeped up probably as a result of being in the closet and probably as a result of just feeling unsure about my life, and I felt that an overweight person would never be able to have a career in entertainment, and that I would just be better off finding something to do behind the camera. So it's one of the reasons why I started getting into film and editing, is because I felt that that would be suitably close alternative to being on camera. But truth be told, there is nothing like being a host or being on camera, like being on Roller Coaster Commotion with Johnny Paula. If you haven't seen that show, it's a show I do with him where we ride roller coasters, and we get to have a lot of fun with that. And while that's not acting per se, it is being a personality on camera. There's nothing better than being on YouTube and having the chance to relive being a drama kid again and being able to have a flair for the dramatic and not be seen as weird. So, that's 7 random facts about me. What's a random fact about you? Leave me a comment. Some of you have been with me a long time, and I really appreciate that. And those of you who are new, welcome. I really appreciate having you as well, and I'd love to get to know more about you guys and what it is that you want to see from this channel. I consider this format to be unique because we can have a dialogue, so have that dialogue with me, and let's have fun. See you next week. Oh, you like the new camera? Looks good, right?